Greetings and welcome back to Wolf Cage, Los Angeles. Let's be honest, America has been lied to before. But when those lies come from the man in charge of the House Intelligence Committee, the stakes aren't just political, they are global. Today, we are breaking down the explosive accusations against Adam Schiff, how a whistleblower says he leaked classified intel to smear President Trump, the hidden ambitions that drove him, and how those lies may have changed U.S.-Russia relations forever. We're going deep, connecting the dots from Schiff's power plays to Hillary Clinton's alleged promises and what it could have meant for America if 2016 had gone a different way. This is corruption, this is ambition, and this is betrayal at the highest level. So let's get into it.
All right, did you hear about this? A Democrat whistleblower has told the FBI that then Congressman Adam Schiff approved leaking classified information in order to discredit President Trump, and the White House is giving its first reaction.
The president has already said he wants to see Adam Schiff held accountable for the countless lies he told the American people in relation to the Russiagate scandal. I have a quote from the FBI director. For years, certain officials used their positions to selectively leak classified information to shape political narratives. It was all done with one purpose: to weaponize intelligence and law enforcement for political gain. Those abuses eroded public trust in our institutions. The FBI will now lead the charge with our partners at DOJ.
You ever notice how some people just look like trouble? Adam Schiff has that look, the kind where if you didn't know his name, you still think, yeah, this guy is up to something. And sure enough, now it's catching up to him. A Democrat whistleblower is accusing Schiff of approving the leak of classified information, all to smear President Trump. That's not politics as usual. No, that's a textbook definition of a snake in the grass. Think about it. For years, Schiff pushed the Russia hoax, telling Americans that Trump is basically a Kremlin agent. He did this all while chairing the House Intelligence Committee, one of the most powerful positions in Congress, with access to black projects, to special access programs, a kind of classified intel most members of Congress never even touch. And he used taxpayer money. He used our money to pump out a narrative he knew couldn't hold water. Why? Why would he do such a thing? Because power-hungry politicians and the shadowy donors behind them can't let the truth threaten their grip. You see, corruption protects corruption. Corruption protects itself. Schiff cherry-picked, twisted, and leaked info to a media machine eager to run with it, and millions of Americans bought it. But now, the whispers are turning into shouts, and calls for his resignation are growing louder and louder and louder. And for someone like Schiff, losing that spotlight is worse than losing the job itself. Check this out.
If true, how serious of an offense is this, and what can be done?
Well, it certainly is very serious, and Shifty Adam Schiff has justifying his name that he was given. Leaking classified information, as you know, is a serious offense, and it will be up to the Oversight Committee, Judiciary Committee, in order to handle this. But this is a very serious allegation. I've asked for Senator Schiff to resign.
Here's the funny part. The media is out here crying that President Trump is going after his political opponents, his political enemies. But let's be real, that's exactly what the Democrats have been doing for years. The difference? They've been making things up, spinning fiction into headlines, while Trump actually has a legitimate gripe. And right now, I know Adam Schiff is sweating bullets. Why? Because the one person he wouldn't want leading an investigation into him is Judge Jeanine Pirro. She's not just a high-profile attorney, she's a former judge and a prosecutor who made a career out of taking down people who thought they were untouchable. Add to that her national fame, and suddenly this isn't just some DC insider story. This becomes primetime America, the kind of case where even the average citizen in the grocery store checkout line knows the details. And history shows, when you put corruption under a bright enough light, the roaches scatter fast. That's why Schiff is nervous, because this time the spotlight might be too hot to survive. Check it out.
So what he's doing is he's trying to whet the appetite of the American people, teeing this up for an impeachment, while the Washington Post comes out and says this guy's got 4 Pinocchios. He is a liar.
I should point something out here. When it comes to public service, the last kind of person you want in office is someone who's overly ambitious. I know people think that ambition is a good thing, but it's not good for public service. Why? Because ambition in politics isn't about serving you. It's about serving themselves. Power, prestige, money, connections. To them, the public is just a pawn on their chessboard. And that's exactly the frame you have to see Adam Schiff in. Now, according to a former Democrat staffer, yes, a Democrat staffer, someone who actually worked for the party for 12 years and is now working with the FBI and the DC attorney, Schiff wasn't just sloppy with classified intel by accident. No, he was gunning for the CIA director job. And here's the kicker. The staffer says Hillary Clinton, yes, that Hillary Clinton, promised him that position if she won in 2016. But the problem is Trump won. So when Trump pulled off the upset, Schiff lost it. He lost his damn mind. And just like every self-absorbed, power-chasing politician, he went on a vendetta, determined to destroy Trump. Not for the country's good, not for you and me, of course not, but because he didn't get what he wanted. Sounds less like a leader and more like a spoiled child throwing a tantrum.
Democrat staffer is the whistleblower. He was a Democrat staffer on the House Intel Committee for 12 years. And on top of claiming that Adam Schiff approved leaking classified information, this person also said Ranking Member Schiff was particularly upset as he had believed he would have been appointed as the director of the CIA had candidate Hillary Clinton won the election. What do you make of those details?
Well, remember that we were upset with Adam Schiff being put on Intel and kept on Intel. We thought he should have left Intel, been off of Intel when this was suspected earlier before, when also suspected that he was lying about classified information. So this is a serious charge. He needs to be held accountable, but people need to call for his resignation. And I think members of Congress, at least on the Republican side, are asking for him to step down.
See, that's one of the problems. A lot of people knew something was fishy, but they didn't act on it. Why? Because a lot of people have a lot to lose, politicians, that is, especially Democrats and even some rhino Republicans, if Trump were to be in office. They had a lot of big plans, a lot of plans that did not come to fruition. A lot of people are calling for Adam Schiff to resign, but let's be honest, resignation is not enough. A man like this needs to be held accountable in a courtroom. As taxpayers, just think about it. The millions spent, the millions lost, all for basically a political hip job. This is someone entrusted with national security, lying to the very people he swore to serve and protect. And it's not just about the money. For his own selfish gain, Schiff may have altered the relationship between the United States and Russia for decades. Imagine you're a world leader. How do you trust America if our own intelligence committee is sabotaging our own president? This isn't just shady politics. Nah. This is the kind of reckless behavior that can ripple through global diplomacy and national security for years. Corruption on this scale can't go unpunished. Because if it does, we're telling every future politician, and even the ones that are in right now, that there is no price for selling out your own country.
I would have had a good conversation with Vladimir. I knew him very well. I got along with him great, actually. We had I had to go through the Russia hoax. And it was actually, it was a strain on the relationship. I actually told him, I said, they got this phony investigation going on, Russia, totally phony, created by Adam Schiff, Shifty Schiff, and Hillary Clinton and the whole group of them. And it made it very dangerous for our country because I was unable to really deal with Russia the way we should have been. I'm looking at Pam because I hope something's going to be done about it. These people put our country at great danger. And Adam Schiff, it was all made up. It was a hoax. The Mueller report came out. They all hated me. They had 18 Trump haters. And they said I did nothing wrong. They couldn't believe, they couldn't find anything after years of investigation. It was all a hoax. It was a hoax created by the Democrats, but in particular Schiff and Crooked Hillary, the whole group. And now we've learned all the stuff that's come out over the last 2 months is incredible through intelligence. And hopefully something's going to happen with it. These are people that put our country in danger, in real danger. I want to thank you all very much. Thank you.
All of these corrupt politicians, these career corrupt politicians, are getting exposed by Donald Trump in real time. And it's happening so fast and so furious. A lot of people can't even grasp it. They don't believe it. They want to believe that the people they believed in for all these years are the people they thought they were. but they're not. Even what Doge did, it exposed so much, but people still just cannot accept the fact that things like USAID was robbing us blind. But I just want you to think about this for a second. What if Russia had actually decided to retaliate over all these lies? What if they believed the false narrative pushed by Adam Schiff, all because he wanted to be CIA director and Hillary Clinton's inner circle had a very different vision for America because she really did? The real question we should all be asking, especially for Hillary Clinton and them, what were those plans? What was so important for her to be president besides just ambition? There was something else involved with that. Remember, this was right around the COVID-19 era. And we all saw how the Democrats responded during that crisis. Now, imagine if Hillary Clinton had been in the White House from the start. The policies, the restrictions, the economic fallout. We might be living in an entirely different America right now. And I can guarantee it wouldn't be one that most people would be happy with. You see, that's the danger when power-hungry politicians play global chess with our future. The moves they make could reshape the world we live in. But anyway, that's it for today. I am Wolf Kage, and this has been Wolf Kage Los Angeles. Until the next time, stay unwoke. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Peace.